Hello everybody, I'm super excited about Boom Cards. So I thought I'd share this little getting started tutorial on Boom Cards. So the first thing you need to do is obviously to sign in. And it's really simple. I'm already signed in, so what's important that you go right on I'm a teacher. Even though if you're not a teacher, that's still where you're gonna go. You sign in with email. And then once you're in, you can you can click this blue button, New Classroom, and then you can add your students. But I have already created some test classrooms, and what you can do, you can add the students. This is how you do that. Let's say I add a student named Frank. So there we go. Then you can also, that's what I did last at the end of the school year, I imported all my students with this button, import a Google Classroom. That was super easy. With one click of a button, all my students were in here. So once you have the students in here, it's really easy. You can click this down arrow and you can assign a variety of Boom cards depending on the level of the student or what they need to work on. You can do this very individualized, and this is what I really love about it. So maybe one student needs to work on the eights, another student might need to work. The same student might also need to work on sixes. Then he also might need to work on telling time to the hour. So that was that part. Then you can also remove the student here, and then you click on the report. Once the student gets started, you can see a bunch of data come up right here. Then this is the part where you mostly also go to the library. This is where you collect your Boom cards. And this action field, this is where you can assign Boom cards to a specific class. Like, let's just click here and I have it assigned to that one. You can also print the Boom cards. If you don't have computer available or internet, you can just laminate them and have them circle the answers with a dry erase marker. So when you print it, then you have this option, the layout option right here, different options. Let me go back. What you can also do, FastPin. So if you have a free account, this is the only way you can use this. You can use the FastPin, and then students can play it, but it doesn't collect any data. But it's still great. I used it at the end of the school year. I used it all the time. I love that option. Another thing you can do, you can hide cards. If certain cards are not appropriate for a student or too hard, then you can just click this button and hide the specific card in the deck from a student. Then you also, I want to show you, for example, counting US money. So you can just view the report for that specific deck if you want to. Go back to counting US money. And actually I want to go here. So when you click on the Boom cards, it looks like this. So if you see the speaker, obviously that is read aloud. So I love that option because a lot of my students struggle with reading as a special ed teacher. So it's always nice to have this option for them available, and then they can click on it if they need it. So, does she have enough money? Yes. And then if it's correct, then it has this little ring and it keeps moving on. Let's just say, so here you hear, if it's wrong, it just makes this whoops sound and it doesn't move on. Let me skip a couple cards. So this is how it works. And then the nice thing is it's also students can move the coins around if they need to count them, if they're tactile learners. You can just do this to see how much money it is. Let me show you a different time. So telling time mixed practice would look like this. So they can put the answer in and then hit submit. And then when students play this, it will be all randomized. Right now you see the same ones in the row, similar answer type, but I love it that this is randomized. It's always going to be different. So when students play the same deck, it will be always in a different order, which is really nice. So here, for example, they have to find the correct time and click that. And then I'm going to skip a couple more. And then the next one where they have to match the clocks, like for example here. There you go. Let me go back. I want to show you one more. So for example, if a student needs to work on place value, you can assign this deck to that specific student. And they have to build the number. It has a read aloud function. And so here they have to drag the tens, and then they have to drag the ones, the correct field. Okay, I think that's it for the beginning. I hope there was something in here that was valuable to you and that you enjoy using boom cards. Let me go back to the classes. I think I went over all that. All right, have fun with boom cards.